Hey everybody, welcome back to the alternative. This is a video that I didn't think I was gonna have to make. Period. You probably wonder where the heck I am. I'm in my car. I'm at work, but I'm on lunch break, and I've been seeing. I've seen the news. The title tells you everything. I've seen the news. It is not good. The pause for anybody who doesn't know what's really going on. Earlier this, I want to say it was like earlier this week, like Monday, or sometime this month in July. It might have been last week. Sony announced to everybody via a Twitter, via an X tweet, or what do you want to call it, that they were ending production on physical discs, Blu-ray discs for their video game division, and they were going to go to an all digital future. That's not good. That's not even remotely good. I think the only party in this that even benefits slightly is Sony themselves. Also, this is my lunch. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but I'm on my lunch, so I got like less than an hour, so I'm gonna try to eat. So I apologize for anybody who doesn't like hearing mouth sounds, because you're gonna probably get a few on the alternative today. I'm also gonna try to upload this as soon as I'm done. But no edits, just all me, all 60 FPS me. Also, because I'm also in the parking lot like a weirdo, so you will see me look around. So, but yeah, they announced no Blu-rays post January 2028, but it's the year 2026 for when people look on this in the future, and they need to know when was the last year that physical media was being made for video games. 2027, that entire year. So, actually, as a gamer, I consider myself, and as a person that likes playing video games and likes purchasing video games, I'm gonna be 100% open and transparent here. I am a gamer that does 50-50. Well, I don't know if that's really fair. I will say 50-50 on purchasing games. I will purchase a game digitally, and I will purchase a game physically. In the last month, I say I purchased one game physically, and I received it. And then I was Star Fox for the Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo Switch 2. I purchased that game, and I actually played it and beat it in a weekend, which is very unusual for me, because I usually don't. When I buy a new game, I usually don't beat it within the first week. Some games take me 5 years. You probably wonder what that game was. That was Xenoblade Chronicles 2. A lot of people probably said, "Oh, never mind," when I said that name, but yet it was Xenoblade 2. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I should say. With that announcement for freaking Sony ending Blu-rays, I'm like, man, this is bad. But what I really want to say, and I think what I really want to get across is, and some people don't even think this, somebody sued Sony over the whole eShop thing. Somebody should sue Sony on this Blu-ray thing, because here's the thing, and a lot of people brought this up, and I honestly completely forgot this even happened. But back when the PS2 was like the hotness, and they made the PS3. Sony made that Blu-ray technology. They're the ones that made that. It was their proprietary. I can't even say that word. Proprietary technology that they made. It was to make it so that discs were a little bit bigger, so they could make games that had that had a bigger scope. And they were the only ones that did it. But when they did that, what they did, and I'm pretty sure it was inadvertent, was that they made it so that like even movies and stuff like that could be put on a Blu-ray. They made Blu-ray technology for media in general, not just video games. They made it for media in general. Now they're sitting there saying they don't want to do that anymore. I feel like they made a monopoly. Because like my process and my thought on this is, and it's maybe not even be a monopoly, is that they literally made a piece of technology that now when they don't want to make it anymore, it gets ripped out from the feet, the rug gets pulled off from under everybody who's bought into it. DVDs, like movies, are going to be cut out. Like, this isn't just a game thing. This is an entire form of like option for us. We're losing out on choice. And I will say, as much as somebody who's just like, you buy in the media, why do you care? I think I'm still buying physical. Like, that's the thing. It's like, I am still a person who wants to choose. Like, I am the person out here who's like choosing. Okay, do I want to go out and buy the game physically if I'm already at home and I'm comfortable? Probably not. Like, if the option for me to buy it digital is presented and I want to play it now, I want the option to sit there and say, okay, I want to buy the game digitally, but I don't want that to affect the choice from everybody else. That's dumb. Like, I'm not at home in my room right now, my game room, but I will tell you this much: like, I have a pretty, like, it's not the biggest library as somebody who's probably been with Sony their entire life, but I still say it's a very big, like, library. Like, and I got games from consoles that are long since passed. In fact, I still have my Dreamcast from childhood. I don't even know if that thing still works because it's been such a long time ago, because I think that I got that for Christmas around the time when it first came out. I got my original childhood copy of Sonic Adventure 2 on it with the memory cards for the game controllers that go with the Dreamcast. Like, I don't say this as a flex, I just say this as, like, I have a history with physical media. Like, back when the PS1 was new and like elementary school, when I was going there back then, they were loaning out PlayStations for like learning games, but they were PlayStations that were being loaned out. In honest to goodness theory, you could borrow that system from that school and just buy the games and play them on the PlayStation while you still had them loaned out. And on top of that, I'm also hearing that apparently libraries around here, I don't know if it's around here in my state, but I'm hearing that in some places they have libraries that let you freaking rent games for literally nothing. You can even rent a console for literally nothing, because like libraries don't charge you to rent things. They expect you to take it back to them, which suckers. No, just kidding. Sorry, I had to make that joke. But no. So in all seriousness, like that it's the choice factor, and I think people need to understand this. So people who are all digital, understand this. What you want is choice. What you want is a market that's being competitive because you benefit from it. All those sales that you see online, especially on PlayStation, on those days of play that you see every year, those are gonna go away the moment that Sony's able to sell a game digitally and only digitally. At that point, and they may still do the sale, but here's the thing: that sale ain't gonna be as deep. I'll tell you that much. Like, Sony will probably try to sell a game for like 5% off, and that will be it all. Nothing will ever get a discount deeper than 5%. I would think, because like they still want to make money and they're still a business, and that's the problem. Sony doesn't think, and I also just recently, and this is the main reason I'm making this video, I heard that they don't think that they need us anymore. The physical, the physical enjoyer. They don't think that they need us anymore. Sorry, I'm gonna take a bite. Sorry about that. Also, again, uncut video. If you don't want to see that, I say skip ahead like 2 minutes, maybe even 3 at this point. But they don't think they need us anymore. And this is my, I guess what I'm gonna just, I have to end this. I have like 2 things of note that I kind of want to say. Is like, one, You think you don't need me, Sony? You don't think you need somebody who wants to go out there and buy physical? Because I have quite a few games physically for the PlayStation. Actually, I got 2 games physically for the PS4. Shadow of the freaking Colossus, and also probably promo. I want to say next week, as of this video, Thursday of next week, we should be streaming Shadow of the Colossus. Because I'm going to introduce that game to a friend who doesn't typically buy console. They're more of a 2D player, but I want to show them Shadow of the Colossus because I want to show them that like this is an experience that you can have, and I'll let you live it vicariously through me. It'll be my 3rd time playing it. That's not going to guarantee I'm a god at the game. The heck no, because I beat it I think last year or the year prior, and I actually would like to play it again. So this is a good opportunity for me to play it again. I got that game. I have The Last Guardian physically. I need to freaking beat that game. I haven't figured out how to get past the beginning portion of the game. I'm not good at games that don't really tell you where to go. Sue me. But yeah, I got games. I got Persona 3 physically, mainly because it was on sale and I really want to play a Persona game. I have P4. I have P5 digitally on my PlayStation. That was probably a mistake. I'm probably gonna need to buy that game physically just so I have access to it. And I may not. I may just eat it because like that is the second place I got it now, digitally. Because I the first place I got Persona 5 is the Royal version on Steam. I think I now have the Royal version on PlayStation 5. I might have to check that because I might not actually have bought that game. If I didn't buy it and I got it for whatever, I'm probably gonna go ahead and say I'm gonna go and buy Persona 5 Royal, so I have it for my PS5 Pro. But I also went and pre-ordered like P4 Revival physically, mind you, on Amazon. So I'll have that coming to me when it comes out sometime. But yeah, like I do like physical, and I also like digital. I love the variety of it all. And now it's like with this announcement of like they're going digital 2028. My plans have changed. I am making it. I think this is part 2. I am making a stand, and right now between 2026 and 2027. Of like, I think what I'm gonna be doing, and man, I'm gonna have to really rearrange where I collect my games in my room. But I'll worry about that when I worry about it. I even bought a DVD set, like for a season of an anime, Dan to Dan season 2, because I got the box set for season 1, so I want to buy season 2 before that becomes impossible to get my hands on. Because like I don't know, like Dan to Dan season 3 is starting up in 2027. And I suspect that box set's going to be a post 2027 thing, like a post 2028. I'm probably not going to be able to see that. We'll have to see. Because I think Blu-rays are still being made. They're just going to they're only converting one of their. I don't know. It's very weird. I don't know what they're going to do because there's a lot of Blu-ray movies coming out, and I can't imagine the movie sector is going to be happy with what Sony's doing. Regardless, what was I saying? Oh no, like I'm making a stand, at least in my own little way. Is I'm gonna be I'm making an effort to actually starting to buy newer games now, physically, because what I want to do is I want to show Sony, for my own wallet, is that I'm willing to buy these things physically, and if you're more than willing to give me something extra, and I pay a little bit more for the physical edition, you more than likely still got my hand in your pocket. You still got your hand in my pocket. The moment you cut digital, and you cut physical, we're done. Like I can't say that we're done, but at the same time, I'm not buying GTA 6. At least not now. Like I might buy it on the PC when they have a PC version of it. Because like at this point, there's no I don't understand. I don't see the point. And that's like I think that actually that is my part too. I think when Sony does go over and and I wasn't really a Sony fan. Like I bought into their system very late, and I mean very late. To give you a timeline, I put a PS4 and on like on a loan plan. And then when I realized that maybe I should probably go for the PS5, I returned it and then put a PS5 in, a PS5 Slim on a loan plan. And when I did that, I said, okay, the moment I pay off the PS5, because the PS5 Pro was out, the moment I pay it off, I'm probably going to consider doing the PS5 Pro. But then again, when I do that, even at the high price point, which it was at like $800 before, during that time earlier this year, around like, because I bought the PS5 Slim and paid it off, I want to say like late 2025 into 2026. Then I paid that off, and I sat there. I think it was in March when I made the decision. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go trade in my PS5 Slim because I know GameStop will give me a lot of money for it, and that will cut into the PS5 Pro's original price. Because I was gonna go and buy it. At first, I was gonna buy it used, but then when I told I couldn't, because like there was no used PS5 Pros. But apparently the day I went in, a used one showed up. I bought a new PS5 Pro, but like I traded in my PS5 Slim. Unfortunately, I should have traded in my PS5 Slim with the plates that I had on it, because I took them off thinking like a genius I was going to be able to transfer them over to my PS5 Pro. Couldn't find out the Ghost of Yote plates I bought for the Slim don't fit the freaking Pro. Whole ordeal. I got Pro plates. I didn't give Sony my money though. That's for sure. And thinking back on it now, I might get the 30th anniversary Pro Pro plates. Not giving Sony my money. But long story short, like I traded my Slim, got $300 some odd for it. The MSRP $700 and something went straight down to $400, like $450, I want to say. While still a lot of money, because I also bought into GameStop's like warranty just in case. You never know with these things. The PS5 Pro is probably the most expensive and more delicate, system I've owned, ever. So like at the same time, I'm sitting here like, I probably should just put the warranty just in the off chance. So I have until March of next year. If something goes wrong, I can take my PS5 Pro that I bought from GameStop into the store and maybe get an exchange for it or something like that. So, but yeah, I also took when I traded in my Slim. I traded my Slim in almost like with a digital. I was going to not say anything, but then I realized that maybe I should. Whatever, for different reasons, but I still told them. They seemed to be cool with it, so I still got the freaking disc drive from the PS5 Slim that I got, which is awesome because it fit in real nicely, so I didn't have to. Nothing really changed there. But like, I bought a PS5 Pro for basically $500, $550, whatever, maybe what it was. The MSRP was for that. The lower price was I bought it from the GameStop. But this is a story of like why the used game market really should still exist. Because it allows people like me. I mean, I got a decent job. I probably could have bought it at the $800, but I really didn't want to. Especially when I already bought a Switch 2 at full price back in June of 2025. Like, yeah, I bought it. Like, honestly, I was kind of curious if I made the right decision at the time, because I was kind of, this was before all of the price hikes started happening. I was kind of worried, man, I wonder if this will break. And if I, because like, sometimes like consoles are supposed to go down in price, never up. The price hike started happening, and then Nintendo announced that they're making a price hike in September of this year. I started noticing, okay, I think I made the right decision. There was a headache for me to get my Switch 2, but I still got it. God bless Walmart. But those are some dark clouds. You probably can't tell because there's sunlight glaring in the freaking thing, but there are dark clouds out behind me. So it might be raining at some point. But long story, like I keep saying long story short, but like long story short again, I got a PS5 Pro for virtually like half the price before I tacked on the the thing they're trying to sell me for $75. I got a freaking PS5 Pro for half the price. I didn't have to pay that ridiculous $800 price tag, and I got it new. The PS5 Pro I got using right now is new. I circumvented the system somewhat to get what I wanted, and I think that's the beauty thing of physical media, is that you can do that. And the worst part is, like, the next system that they're going to sell is going to be a physical device, and you're going to go out there and buy it, and it's going to be on the store shelf by itself, because there's going to be no, I say by itself, but there's going to be PS6 cases, but for no real reason. It's just going to be a code in the box. And I have the strangest feeling that when Sony does this, there's going to be no sales in the PS6. And the folks that are, all digital, they're going to buy on the system, on the store, because they don't care. But I feel like choice matters. And what I want to say is, like, ultimately at the end of the day, make your decision for you. But I think for me, the moment that, like, PS5 has stopped being supported, which however long that's going to take, and it comes to physical disc, because they're ending in 2028, part of me has started thinking that maybe I'm gonna go PC. Like, I'll keep my PS5. I won't sell it because there'll be no upside to it. I'll keep my PS5 Pro for as long as it's humanly possible. Unfortunately, probably by the time I probably not gonna want to use it anymore, it will definitely go away, and it'll be the first Sony product I ever have that's stored away. Either that or that PS5 Pro will just become like a Blu-ray player, and then it'll probably become a digital movie player, probably, because, like, there's no way around that. It sucks. I have other ways to enjoy myself, and I still got games that I haven't really played. My Steam library is huge. I got, like, JRPGs that I'm buying just so when I have the time in the future to play them, I will. And I was kind of curious about that, with the amount of JRPGs that do exist and how long they are, when am I going to have the time. I'm starting to think that time is coming up soon. Like, I will probably be able to sit there and be happy with JRPGs, buy them physically. Nintendo seems to still be trying to, physically have a physical presence. Nintendo might be owning the game space for the foreseeable future until they stop making, premium cartridges. Which that could come anytime soon, because Nintendo's notorious for adopting trends late. So, like, this becoming a trend now, like, Nintendo will adopt it soon-ish. So, all I can really say is, like, I don't know if this is the end times, but, like, I sure hope maybe Sony will backtrack. I'm not holding my breath. But it's like that future, with the PS6, I'm not interested. I wasn't interested before, and now my interest, any possible interest I could have had is gone. Why? I guess the question I have is why. And all I gotta say to you guys who come across this video is, make your decision. And if you do value physical media, like everybody else seems to do on the internet right now, do nothing but buy Sony's products physically to offset that digital price. Because I feel like there's more of you out there that like physical, but Sony's numbers are just lying, or something's up. Something is up with Sony's numbers, because the outrage doesn't seem to match the percentage that they're saying that they could deal without. So, like, I pre-ordered Wolverine. That's at GameStop. Sony will not be getting all that money that they're so desperate to get. I feel like canceling your pre-orders is not the right decision. I think buying the game physically is the right decision. It shows Sony that there's a market for this, and to not kill it. That's really all I can say. But also, if you want to buy digital, still do it. I'm not saying don't do it. I still do it. In fact, Beast of Reincarnation, digital purchase. Regretting that now, because I made that purchase earlier this year, before this decision even was made. So, and Sony took my money. They actually took my money. Like, the moment I pre-ordered it, they took the full purchase price. I was shocked, actually, because that usually doesn't happen. when you buy things, when you do a when you pre-order something, normally they don't take your money. So they've had that full like repository of my cash in their savings account for a while now. I'm probably part of the problem. I mean, I know I'm part of the problem, but at the same time, it's like I dive into both. I don't just hang on. I just don't buy one. I buy both. And I was hoping that maybe being a dual purchaser or dual consumer would help things, but apparently Sony's saying that they're getting more digital sales. Buy physical. I would say or else, but I can't. I don't know why the finger is like right up there, but I decided I'm gonna just end it on that note. Buy digital. Well, I mean, not buy digital. Jeez, don't buy digital. Well, don't buy. I'm ruining this. I'm trying to get a point. I'm trying to sound profound, and I'm ruining it. All right, that's the end of this video. You know, I guess purchase however you're gonna purchase. Just like realize that our decisions are affecting decisions on Sony's part. But I will say, the greed on Sony's part is so freaking real. I used to be a glasses half full kind of guy, but at this point the glass is empty. The glass is so dang empty. I'm thirsty, man. Give me choice, or give me